Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for joining in, coming in, watching this. I got two replays for you today. First replay is going to be a traditional army, Shogun 2 units versus Fall of the Samurai units. I've heard a lot of people complain that they just can't beat Fall of the Samurai units. It's going to be a low budget game though, 5,000 Koku only, which a lot of new players are stuck on. So that's going to be the first replay, and the second replay will be a traditional against traditional. So let's go ahead and start this up. And here we go. One thing that all new players must know when you're a traditional army facing a Fall of the Samurai army is they have muskets. They are a lot more powerful. They have time to shoot you at range before you can even get to them. So don't waste a lot of money on a lot of, expensive units and expect to win. Especially if you just rush straight head on. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I did. With only 5,000 Koku per side, I started off with one ninja unit that's experienced, high 2-bar experience here, 4 sword attendants, and 1 katana samurai. Now, 3 sword attendants and 1 katana samurai. Sorry about that. I also have 2 Yari cavalry, which one of them is ranked up 4 bars, and my general. None of these units here are ranked up. These are all beginner rookie units, but they're cheap. 200 Koku per sword attendant, but they're good cannon fodder. I have my my katana samurai in loose formation. So when you rush them, they're going to hit these guys, which, whatever, that doesn't matter. I mean, for only being sword attendants, they got a pretty good melee. 8 melee. It's not bad. And there's a lot of them. 75 per group. That's not bad either, because it's going to be a lot of cannon fodder for you. For your main unit, like a katana samurai unit, to come in with 120 people with a 12 melee attack and a better defense than the sword attendants. And then I also have my 2 cavalry units, which will also help into the rush of their lines, which he's brought out. Let's see here. 2 red bears over here, 2 more red bears over here, and then he has some cavalry. He has a Yari key over here, his general over here, and maybe another horse unit over here. So he split up his forces. Now, against a traditional army, that's probably okay for him to do, especially since his guns can reach you and you can't reach him as quickly. So let's go ahead and start this off. I didn't bring any bow units because, honestly, bows aren't going to kill as quick as those guns are. So an all-out rush is all you want to start off with. So this is that's what I do. I'm telling my main unit to move here, because, well, what can I do? I have my ninja units also moving up here. I told them to go ahead and do a bomb throw, split up their lines, and right after the bombs, go ahead and do a rush. Let's go ahead and wait until they get close enough here. At this time, he's moving his armies. He's going to start focusing back over here. That's why splitting his armies up was a bad idea. My main army's over here. Now, here comes the bombs. He tries to set up, get ready to shoot my ninjas, but that doesn't work because I split their lines up. Now he's in trouble because my guys are in there just wrecking them. It is just complete chaos for this red bear line. So he flips his left red bear line into a line to be able to shoot him. Okay, that's going to work, but I rush my units up very quickly. I don't take no time to set up. I move my cavalry up on the top here and tell them to charge his 1 cavalry. Now, moving my units up here, just, you don't want to give them time to set up a line to start shooting your guys, so just rush, rush, rush. Loose formation, too. These guys are already loose formation because there's not that many of them, but your main units, like a katana samurai, put them in loose. It makes it a lot harder for them to shoot. So these guys are already down to 54. My ninjas are just sitting here because I told them to do a bomb throw on these guys, which it's taken them forever to twirl these little bombs around. So after a couple throws, they just run in there, try to do what they can. This unit's being toasted right now by my 2 Yari cavalry. My main lines are rushing in on his only red bear on the side here. Now, soon here, you're going to see that these units aren't that great. They're really not. They have no defense, basically, and their melee ain't that great. But either way, their forces are still breaking over here, flanking like crap, gets running. So I run my cavalry up. I'm putting them over here. Never mind, I'm not going to put him over there. I'm going to push him right into their units so he doesn't turn around and start shooting me. Because I know he'll probably come back into that fight and I don't want him having a lot of troops to do it with. So I come in, drop his units down, keep dropping his units down. While doing this, I rush my main units up right into these two lines. Not a big deal. Because he, like I said, he's going to take down my ninjas first, which, okay, whatever. They're already basically dead. But right after that, he's going to start shooting into this pile of just sword attendants. With that happen, I'm going to position my cavalry around the backside here. His general and a Yari Cav, our Yari Key cavalry, is going to move around the back end. At this time, I'm still rushing my guys up. They're coming in. They're just chopping and chopping. I mean, ow. So now my main force is engaged. I push the rally button for my general. They all rally up. Yari Cav, I bring in my Yari cavalry behind. Gonna do a crush. Anvil and hammer. I'm gonna stop them from running and repositioning. I'm also gonna crush into the back of their men. It's gonna be a full-on retreat for them. It just starts to break. Both units are broken now. They're all getting shredded apart. I move my general around here because I know he's coming around with his cavalry. So at this point, I tell all my units to engage his cavalry, starting off with his Yari Key. Even though his general has guns, I don't care. I want to get rid of the most effective tool against any of my guys, and that would be Yari Key. You take away the general's army, the general ain't going to fight. It's kind of like cutting the head off the snake. You cut the head off the snake, which is the snake over here. That's the head of the snake. He's going to run too. Well, he's going to be dead, so his army's going to break a lot easier. But he broke once his army broke. That's the end of that battle. That is how you take care of a modern army with a traditional army, with 5,000 koku. You could do it with all cavalry if you wanted to, but I like to have ground forces that have melee ability, like, you know, sword attendants and katana samurais, because it gives you the ability to get up close and personal without it all being horses. Because for all you know, he could spawn on the field with just a bunch of, you know, spear units, and you'd just be sitting there toast the entire game if you just had a bunch of cavalry. So let's go ahead and end this one. I'll go ahead and let you view the stat screen on that real quick, and then we'll move on to the next battle, which will be the traditional versus traditional. That's fun as hell too. I really love the melee of this game. I'm alright with Fall of the Samurai. I play it. You mean there's a couple commentaries I've already done with it. I think it's great, but they have some bugs they got to fix, like the Tulsa Shuffle. I do not like having my guys, you know, reform their line in the middle of a firefight and making them basically incapable of shooting. That is really annoying, and I just don't like it. So once they fix out, you know, iron out the bugs, I'll be right back into that. I'll still pump out some commentaries here and there before then. Let's go ahead and see what we got for kills. Yari Cavalry with 184, another Yari Cav with 172, my ninjas at 94, and the rest of them are at 36 and below. That's not bad. You see, right here's the lost. Lost 20 katana samurai, but my sword attendants took the major buff of it. Especially since these guys here distracted my cavalry so they can come around and do the hammer and anvil. Even though I call it the anvil and hammer, because the anvil is basically your frontline force distracting the unit, and the hammer is the cavalry coming around to smack that anvil. So you just sandwich them. His units with the red bear, 69 and down. They just weren't able to position. He split up his forces, which probably wasn't too great of an idea against a traditional army, because usually traditional armies, you don't want to split up too much against a modern army. The more you split up, the harder it's going to be for your army to beat his, because he has guns. That makes it really hard. Let's go ahead and move on to the next replay here. Now, this one is modern versus modern. This map I've played a couple times already. This map I find interesting because it really evens out the playing field with how it's set up. Usually you have a dojo here, a dojo over here, and a dojo over here. So all three of them are able to be accessed. You know, if you're over here, you can access that one pretty easily in the middle. If you're over here, you can access that one pretty easily in the middle. Pretty quickly too. Now at this one, I again bring some ninjas. I have a thing for ninjas right now. I don't know why. Let's go ahead and put this in slow-mo so I can tell you my troops here. I have 2 katana samurai up front, 1 bow samurai, 1 marathon monk, and 1 nodachi samurai, as well as 3 Yari Cavs and 1 light cavalry. And then you got my general unit. He is positioning out with quite a few. He has bow Ashigaru, Bow These Bow they're good, you know, for laying down a lot of, you know, arrows, but they really don't do shit. They kind of suck. Their reload is crap. Their accuracy is crap. So they're not going to do you much. That's just 800, 1200, you know, Koku down the goddamn drain. This is a 10,000 Koku limit game on each side. So he's already just wasted 800, you know, 1200 Koku on just those 3 units, when he could have gotten, you know, a bow samurai or 2 that have a lot better accuracy and reload. He also is bringing Yari Ashigaru, no Dachi, no Dachi, no Dachi, Nagantina, Nagadata samurai, can never pronounce that. Another no Dachi, 2 Yari Cav, a Katana Cav, and a Yari Ashigaru over here, and his general unit. He also has 2 cavalry units over here. Not sure what they are. I think Katana Samurai Cav. But let's go ahead and play this and show you how my ninjas start off and how I'm pushing my army up.
Our hidden units have been discovered.
This is about the point when I click the stealth button, get them back into stealth, and then rush their units. I also have them do a bomb throw right in the middle of this Nodachi Samurai unit, because whatever I do, I want to make sure I drop some unit troops on the most powerful guys instead of these guys. At this point, though, I turn them to fight against the Yari Ashigaru. Good idea. They're going to wreck them. They're going to wreck them pretty quickly, too. At this point, I'm rushing my 2 cav units over here to the left side, coming around to do a hammer and anvil, while rushing my main army up and rushing my other 2 cavalry units on this side. At this point, I see hidden units over here in the forest. You got a Katana and a Katana Cavalry, so I take these 2 cavalry units, my light cav and my yard cav, and rush them. Bringing in my main force, I do not give them time to set up and just start bowing me down, because, you know, it's a lot of arrows to be coming in. They are going to kill a lot of my guys because my guys are grouped up. Then again, they're not killing that much compared to my bow samurai. They're just going to drop them like nuts. I mean, that's 10 guys right there. Yeah, I'm already down 20, but that's 3 groups of bows. I mean, and I'm pretty close. So I rush in. The killing starts. He gets one of my guys here. Ow, that really hurt. At this point, I got all the lines, you know, in combat. I bring my cavalry in from behind. He doesn't move his Yari Ashigaru in time. He doesn't move him at all, actually. I hit his general, which is just wiping his bodyguard out, and then I use my other Yari to distract this Yari from helping his general. At this time, his 2 units over here are wiped out. I'm bringing them over. My ninja's chasing that unit down, so I throw them into the fight. So getting out into this fight, their lines are crumbling. It's just kill after kill on this line. Gotta love marathon monks. At this point, their entire army is just one after another running. Their general's dead. Everything's just dead. They're gone. They're splitting. They don't like what happened. At the same time, my general's sitting back here. My bone units are sitting back here just having fun. It was an all-out rush. I didn't give them time to bow down too many of my units. They did bow down some of them, as you can tell here. Not too many, though. It wasn't a big deal. If he would have had 2 bow samurai, it would have been a lot more. In the end, he just didn't have time to set up compared to how I just blitzed him. My 2 cavalry units didn't even make it to the fight yet either. I don't know, coming from the left flank. And that's the end of this one. So let's go ahead and take a look at the stats and call it a day. I might bring out another commentary tonight, but most likely I'll just wait until tomorrow. So let's go ahead and take a look at those stats. Now, I did lower down the sound, but I'm not sure if it's low enough yet. You guys will have to comment on that. Either way, I listen to your guys' comments. If whatever you want, I could try doing traditional versus modern, modern versus traditional. I'll always try to do what you guys request, as well as other games. If you want to see a game that you don't have, I can always do a Uplay on that. I have plenty of games. Just make a request, and I'll do that for you. Let's go ahead and get unit statistics real quick. On the kills, we got the Katana Samurai 167 and the Kisho Ninja 151, as well as the Katana Samurai following and the Marathon Monks. You know, these top 4 and all hundreds here. 5. Top 5. And then coming down here, 80s, 68, 44th. You know, Avatar Bodyguard, 0. Bow Samurai, they didn't get a chance to get many kills because my units just rushed up and started doing the kill on their own. So they only got 13 kills. Their Bow Ashigaru got a lot more kills because I was grouped up. I gave them the chance to fire. I didn't, you know, they did pretty good for being such a cheap unit. Usually I don't agree with using Bow Ashigaru like this right here. 2 of these units, 6 kills each. That is not worth 400 Koku in my opinion. I mean, you could throw together a ninja unit with, you know, 2 of those units and get 151 kills. Or you can throw together you know, a cavalry unit and get a, you know, ton more kills. So that just teaches you a lesson that sometimes one of your Bow Ashigaru might do good, but the other 2 is just a complete waste of Koku. Because 12 kills really ain't gonna win you a war or a battle, nonetheless. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and see you next time.